Here we see a type of problem that you're going to see on your MT5 LT3 Aleks assignment. Might not be the problem you get, but it's very similar. First thing I want you to do is I want you to complete all the angles in this triangle, because you can't compare them unless you know all the angles. I'm going to apply my exterior angle theorem on this problem, and I'm going to say 75 plus 54 is going to be FIH. So 75 plus 54, let me see, well, that ends in 9, that'll be 129 degrees. Then I know angle FIG is supplementary to that, so I take 180 minus 129, I get 51 degrees. Then I'll use my exterior angle theorem, because I know 51 equals angle H plus angle angle HFI. So I take 51 minus 12. And I get 39 degrees. So first you have to fill in your angles. Now, here's what I want you to notice. Notice segment FI is in both triangles. We are not going to skip between triangles. I'm going to list all the sides of one triangle and then all the sides of the other. Now, it's not drawn to scale. That's what's kind of confusing. So, since FI is in both triangles, I want you to compare angle G and angle H. Well, I'll look at the sides opposite FI. That's where I get those from. Well, if I look at 12 degrees, these are both bigger than 12 degrees, aren't they? So that makes FI the smallest side of this triangle. And if I look at 75 degrees, both these angles are smaller than 75, so FI is the biggest side of this triangle. So in other words, this is my small triangle. This is my big triangle. Now, this one wasn't so misleading like some other questions are. Now, we start with the small triangle. What's the smallest angle? Well, that's 51 degrees. So what side is opposite 51 degrees? Well, that would be side FG. So FG is the smallest segment in this triangle. What comes next? Well, after 51 degrees is 54 degrees. What's opposite that? That'll be side GI. Then comes the third side, which is side FI. FI is where we switch triangles, because FI is the biggest side of this triangle, but it's the smallest side of this triangle, because it's opposite 12 degrees. Well, the next biggest one after 12 is 39 degrees. What's opposite that? Well, that'll be IH. And finally, the biggest side is side FH, and that's how we do those, from smallest to biggest. You figure out what's the smallest triangle, you list those in order. We flip triangles and we pick the sides, we list the sides in order of the bigger triangle.